So as I'm sure you're aware, over the last couple days there's been a ton of gameplay leaks for Warzone 2/Modern Warfare 2. It's been kind of hard to make out because the gameplay has been so blurry and I won't be able to show it in this video, but a lot of the gameplay that has been getting showcased is the gameplay that Ralph posted about way back in the day, and he posted various different recreations for what the gameplay looks like, since obviously he couldn't show the gameplay directly due to copyright reasons. But this recreation from Emma Dowden is definitely the best one and looks very similar to the actual leaked gameplay. My last video on my channel went over a bunch of leaks from Tom Henderson and Nero Cinema, going over everything we know thus far regarding Warzone 2. This video is going to kind of add on to that. Before we get into that, I just have a few sponsored messages to let you be aware of. Firstly, I want to let you be aware of Felix Grey glasses, and these are very important since as gamers, we are the first generation that constantly looks at screens, and they provide blue light protection glasses that filter 15 times more blue light than other brands, which affects how well you sleep. There are non-prescription and prescription options available, so yeah, you can check them out via the link in the description, felixgrey.com. There's free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges. You can get 20% off Manscaped products using code Twitch20 if you want to get the Lawnmower 4.0, perfect for shaving in hard to reach places. The performance package comes with the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, a Crop Revive toner, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your whole solar system. So yeah, take advantage of that discount using the link in this video's description. Finally, the third link we have is for Fubs. Healthy snacks usually don't taste great, so they created a not healthy puff brand that gamers are sure to love, which come in 5 different flavors: grocery store cheddar, semi-historic sour cream and onion, professional salt and vinegar, instant hot chocolate, and my personal favorite, the unambiguous cinnamon toast. And you can use the code SNACK15 for a 15% off discount. So from the leaked gameplay, not much can be made out, but it does seem to show different weapons, so we can see a PP-19 Vityaz and possibly an M4. Another piece of gameplay that leaked does show a weapon inspect, and you can see some text on the left side of the screen, and this image does appear to be from the brand new Warzone 2 map, and the text appears to read, check your tac map, use touchpad to open your tac map and find contracts to complete. And the map that is displayed is on a desert. There does appear to be some vegetation and trees, however, but that gives you an idea of what the environment is going to be on the new Warzone map coming with Warzone 2. However, recently, some leakers such as the Ghost of Hope have been claiming that the upcoming DMZ Demilitarized Zone co-op mode in Modern Warfare 2 has 4 different maps in development, and that the map will be different from the Warzone 2 map. Well, since these recent leaks, the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost is now claiming that the DMZ map is going to be on the exact same map as the upcoming Warzone map, so we're kind of getting conflicting leaks from various different leakers in the community. We're not exactly sure who to believe. Maybe there's just been a bit of miscommunication. It does make sense for DMZ to be played on the same map as Warzone though, just as Spec Ops in Modern Warfare was played on the same map as Warzone, that being Verdansk. Speaking of the new Warzone map, the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost did post this picture showing the TAC map, and I believe this image is coming from DMZ, but if they are going to have the same map, it doesn't really matter, but you can see it's just set in a desert and there are rivers running through it and ponds and lakes. And apparently the code name for the new map is Saba, which does sound pretty funny. Verdansk's code name was Donetsk, which is a city in Ukraine, as a lot of the Verdansk map is based on Ukraine. Obviously, with the current world events happening in Ukraine, they're probably going to try and stay far away from Verdansk, although it is apparently going to be returning in some way, shape or form in Warzone 2, as well as within Warzone Mobile. And I do wonder if that could spur up some controversy for Activision, because it might be seen as insensitive. Regarding the new map though, maybe the code name could be standing for Saba Island. It might not actually be based on this island itself, which is set in the Caribbean. Location wise, it might not be the exact location, just as Verdansk isn't set in Ukraine, but was just based on it. And this does make sense since Modern Warfare 2 is apparently going to be largely based around the war on drugs. Now, in terms of the Warzone 2 map layout, so this is a recreation of the map from Magua over on Twitter, based on leaks from Tom Henderson and Nero Cinema. In the top left of the map is apparently going to be a remake of Quarry. There are train stations, there's a city which is currently labeled as Modern City as the point of interest name, but that might just be a placeholder since that sounds really generic. In the middle of the map is apparently a lookout tower atop of a mountain, and this is kind of worrying since a lot of people didn't like that there was a mountain in the middle of Caldera with the peak. I'm not sure why they would do that again. To the left of the center we have caves. That is speculated to be a remake of Afghan, but that's just a guess, that's not confirmed. And then in the bottom left of the map we have airport, which is apparently going to be a remake of Terminal. We have some further details on all 18 map points of interest though, so we apparently have Oasis, War-Torn, Quarry, Oil Field, Modern City, which is apparently going to have a remake of High Rise Buy It, Caves, Dam, Marshes, Harbour, Syrah, Observatory in the center of the map, Mountain Town, which is speculated to be a remake of Favela, but once again that's just a guess, Graveyard, Old Town, Shipwreck, Fish Town, Fort, and then Airport, which is apparently a remake of Terminal. Again, take all of this with a grain of salt since this is all just leaks and rumors right now, and of course the map can change until it actually releases. Way back in the day when I got leaks on the Verdansk map, for the most part the map layout seemed to be very similar, but there were some discrepancies due to stuff getting changed or my source was just incorrect about certain locations, but for the most part it stayed the same, but there were some slight differences, so just bear that in mind. Tom Henderson has provided some further details on Warzone 2. First of all, there's apparently a new interrogation feature that's apparently similar to the interrogate feature in Rainbow Six Siege, where players can interrogate downed enemies to reveal their teammates' location. Apparently this seems to still be in its early stages of development, as the current animations are just some sort of stim shot animation where you inject the player or maybe a truth serum, and the whole animation slash process takes around 6 seconds. Approaching down enemies will show the interrogate prompt, of which your player carries out an execution style animation to kill the player, and once they are killed, their teammates' locations are shown on the minimap. It's unclear if this is just going to be for Warzone 2 or if it's also going to be in Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer and DMZ mode, and Tom Henderson did say that it's unclear whether this feature will make it into the final build of the game or if this is something just in testing and might not make it into the full release, considering it does seem a bit unfinished right now. Next up, there's armor vests inside of Warzone 2, but they work differently to the armor in the original Warzone. Apparently, you have tiers 1, 2, 3, allowing you to equip more armor plates. And it seems to be a hybrid system between Blackout and Warzone, so they are changing the plate system a bit to make it a little bit more complex. Again, this is just in testing right now. We are still quite a while away from Warzone 2's release, sometime after Modern Warfare 2 releases, which could end up being as late as March 2023. So all of this could change until then. There is a bag system also in Warzone 2. It seems like they're trying to integrate a lot of features from Blackout, and once again, apparently this is still in its early development, but it's similar to Escape from Tarkov, where players can add ammo, kill streaks, and weapons to their bag. Different bag tiers allow you to have more storage space, and he's provided examples of how this works with not so accurate numbers. So ammo, for example, could take up 1 slot, kill streaks could take up 4 slots, 2x2, assault rifles could take up 6 slots, 2x3, snipers could take up 8 slots, 2x4. The tier 1 bag allows you to, for example, have 10 slots, 2x5, tier 2, 15 slots, 3x5, tier 3, 20 slots, 4x5. Again, this is just for an example. Those numbers aren't accurate, but it's just going to work somewhat similar to that, if that makes any sense. And apparently this is also going to allow you to flip weapons from your bag, and it will allow you to carry a 3rd additional weapon inside of your bag that you'll be able to bring out. Although you'll only be able to have 2 weapons out at one current point in time, you can have a 3rd in reserve, essentially. Pro perks are apparently going to be inside of Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. Unclear exactly how these are going to work though. But yeah, that's all of the information we've learned from the leaked gameplay, although in my prior video I did go over a bunch more Warzone 2 information, such as leaked weapons and a new stronghold feature to get loadouts instead of loadout drops. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.